What's up everyone? Someone in the comments recommended this video called The Mistreatment of BTS and I thought it sounded interesting. I know that years ago when BTS started, they used to be treated very unfairly just because they weren't a part of one of the big music corporations. So yeah, they went through a lot of shit. They had to deal with a lot of unfair treatment, but they kept fighting. They never gave up. They never stopped, and look at where they are now. Anyways, I'm curious about this video, so without further ado, let's start watching. I've seen a couple videos with this BTS merch ad. I wonder if it's just the same person or if multiple channels use this. BTS's mistreatment. Turn on subtitles.
BTS debuted in Big Hit Entertainment in June of 2013. During that time, Big Hit wasn't a large company with great connections, so technically although they were capable of supporting BTS as a group, they lacked the power to get BTS known in the industry.
Yeah, just because they weren't a large company. That's some bullshit.
One of the major things you have to know in K-pop is that it's monopolized by the biggest three companies.
So this is them.
YG and JYP. Usually when a group debuts, the K-pop industry will warmly welcome them, but BTS were outsiders because they produced music that didn't carry the typical K-pop sound.
Yeah, they started off with a bit more hip-hop and rap, and they weren't part of the big three, so everyone probably hated them.
Their music bashed so many different forms of society, and they were trying to thrive with that raw meaning in their music in an industry that was incredibly superficial.
Wow, so just because they wanted to do something different, they got hate?
But as time went by, BTS was starting to become serious competition to all these privileged artists very early in their career. They were rarely invited to Korean award shows, but they were pulling unbelievable numbers, as much as the biggest artists in Korea at the time.
Ooh, 5th
this
and
really
6th
threatened
place?
the industry, and they were doing absolutely everything they could to push them down and bring their own artists up. Back in 2013, BTS were nominated for Rookie of the Year at the Mnet Asian Music Awards.
Oh, hold up, they were nominated?
However, even though they were the best-selling rookie group of that year, Mnet refused to give them that award.
Yeah, award shows, a lot of the time, are rigged.
Hell, they didn't even invite them. And when they did invite them a year later, they only let them perform at the red carpet. That same year, Namjoon and Yoongi attended a hip-hop event in Seoul. The conversation was derailed multiple times to insult them and the other members of BTS.
Hold
they
up.
were called girls for wearing stage makeup, repeatedly told they weren't hip-hop, and overall
We're called girls for wearing stage makeup? Isn't that what all the idols do?
belittled in front of everyone.
맞아요. 메이크업을 하는 거 이제 어떤 힙합과 충돌되는 부분이 있을 것 같은데.
그런 게 아니라 여자.
Wearing makeup is a conflict with their hip-hop?
Come on.
아 그래요? 여자같이 입고 다니는 게 여자냐?
In 2015,
That-
BTS were finally
That was such an awkward interview.
invited to perform at the Mnet Asian Music Awards.
Oh, and they only got
were
one
only
song?
allowed to perform one song.
I have heard
While
about
a
this.
3-month-old rookie group from the Big Three got to perform 3 songs.
A rookie group got 3 and BTS only got 1.
In 2016, BTS was still never given a proper waiting room during music shows.
Not even in 2016? Weren't they already kind of big by then?
They had to practice and get ready in front of the bathrooms, and other idols looked down on them because of that. Keep in mind that they had the best-selling album of that year.
Best-selling album and they're out here practicing in front of
That
bathrooms?
same year, BTS were invited to perform at the 2016 Busan One Asia Festival. They were supposed to perform at the end of the show, but Namjoon was injured.
Aw,
so
no.
SBS cancelled their stage without notifying BTS's company.
Because one person was injured? I mean, we've seen them now. Even when one person is injured, they can still find a way to work their dance and song around it, so it still sounds amazing.
Basically invited the boys but didn't let them perform. At the end of the festival, ARMYs were extremely furious and wouldn't leave without a BTS performance. So
Hey,
SBS
good.
had no choice but to let the boys perform, but they didn't broadcast their performance.
At least the fans said something, and they ended up getting a
The
performance.
boys went up on the stage without cameras, without proper lighting or a clean stage.
That's
only
just
to
sad.
perform for armies who had been waiting all day for them. It hurts to watch this video. The boys were treated like they were absolutely nothing. From outward perspective, it might
And they're
have been
going
easier
all
to
out.
forget this because
Doesn't matter.
BTS's career takes them to greater heights progressively. But to be in their shoes and to slowly go day by day working hard with no respect returned and to swallow this pain at such young ages.
And
it's
even in
really
2016, I thought by then they were already well respected, but I guess not.
heartbreaking. And let me tell you why BTS don't appear on Korean TV shows anymore. In 2014, a year after BTS debuted, they attended their first real variety
Their
show.
first show?
Keep in mind that half of them were minors at the time. The host accused them of plagiarizing the boy group EXO for wearing school uniforms in their music video Boy in Love.
엑소와 겹친 교복 패션. 왜 하필 엑소일까? 원망했나요?
Why do they make this so awkward?
그리고 저희가 이번 사랑 이야기 학교 3부작의 마지막이었어요.
예.
Yeah, and it's not like a school concept is very specific. No, anyone can do a school concept.
언제 한번 교복을 입겠다라고 생각을 했는데 그게 되게 유명하게 시기가 겹쳐가지고 오히려 저희는 한편으로는 감사드리고 한편으로는
감사드려요. 먼저 입어주셔서.
아니요 그런 게
다른 그룹이
Why is it being so disrespectful?
똑같이 하면은 뭔가 차별화가 없겠다 그래서 바꾸신 거예요. 그렇죠. 근데
Well, maybe.
한편으로는
But maybe BTS already recorded and did the editing, so there's no going back. Besides, just because another group did a school video, that's not gonna stop you.
했네. 우리도 해야지. 이렇게 돼버릴 것 같아서.
Yoongi was trying to explain that it was a misunderstanding and that they weren't trying to copy them.
Yeah, but they didn't
the host
care.
kept twisting his words, and because of that, EXO fans dragged BTS through hell and back. They made petitions
Of
for them
course.
to disband, trended plagiarism to the point where BTS had to go to court, and even sent them death threats resulting in them having to cancel several concerts. And not only that.
Wait, they actually
when
had to
BTS
cancel
won their
concerts?
first grand prize award at the 2017 Mnet Asian Music Awards, EXO fans were giving them the middle fingers and chanting EXO during their speech. They and other fandoms started accusing BTS of manipulating the charts and even went as far as contacting Melon customer service to complain.
So even the fans from other groups are this bad, huh? I thought it was just the companies, but no, even the people.
Here's another reason why BTS don't appear on Korean TV shows anymore.
제작진이 선정한 2014년 다시 한번 말씀드립니다. 제작진이 선정한 겁니다. 저희가 아니에요? 네. 저희가 아니에요? 네. 안녕하세요. 방탄소년단입니다.
Look at them, so innocent.
잠시만. 이름들이 너무 어렵다. 위, 슈가, 진, 정국. 진, 정국이야.
They're saying those names are hard? This is so weird.
호분적 맥주 올렸네. 아니 희망 호입니다. 희망. 아 호프.
뭔 뜻이에요? 패가 붙어야 되는 거 아닌가?
그러니까.
They really invited them just to humiliate them?
니네 뭐라 그랬지? 어쨌든 뭐
데프콘 형이 너무 좋아.
This is so awkward, it's hard to watch.
예능하시는 게 너무 좋아가지고.
나는
얘 때문에 예능을 하게 됐어 내가. So hot, I'm the number one. 어린 선수를. 어린 선수를.
Oh no, they're gonna make fun of him now.
너도 하지 마. 굉장히 팬이라서 코니 앤 콘이라고 곡을 써왔어요.
맞아. 저도야?
Aw, he even wrote them a song?
아니요, 저는 이제 드리려고.
아, 우리 다 썼는데?
아, 들어보시면
They really don't wanna let him show his song? Can't believe he came here saying that he has a song for them and they don't even want to hear it.
우리는 눈이 콘이. 가사가 팝송 같죠?
정말 듣고 싶은 노래는 마음에 안 드시네요.
아니 근데 정말 잘 만들었어요. 잘 만들었는데 이번 저희 스타일 아니에요.
왜 영업하려고 그래? 오늘 할 게 많습니다. 빨리 가죠.
Yeah, I can see why they don't go
These seven
on
boys were
Korean
treated so
TV shows
maliciously
anymore.
despite half of them being minors at the time. Donnie and Coney are known for joking around, but they really crossed the line with BTS.
Yeah, I don't know how Donnie and Coney treat other groups, so I'm not sure if they really were being very mean or if they're like that with everyone.
They mocked the vocal line members for not specializing in rapping. They straight up told Jin repeatedly to his face that he was the least talented member. They made fun of the song Yoongi made for them and implied he wasn't worth anything to them. They forced Jimin, Jungkook and J-Hope to do girl group dances and then mocked them for being too
Alright, never mind, they were just being fucked up.
Stage names and mocked their fans and called them elementary schoolers and implied that they were all immature and fanatic. They were especially rude to Namjoon in particular. They made fun of his way of speaking, his way of dressing, his dancing,
Why?
his rap,
RM
his
seems
name,
fine.
his hair, literally everything. Donnie and Coney
Alright.
even admitted to treating
His hair, yeah, he has
dancing
had a lot of
his name,
hairstyles
his hair,
in his
literally
ears.
everything. Donnie and Coney even admitted to treating BTS badly on purpose a few years later after BTS started getting really
Wow. So only after they get popular do they regret it.
Here's a very unknown fact. As the industry came to realize that there was no stopping BTS, a lot of agencies tried to buy them from Big Hit Entertainment.
Wow.
Just like how SM Entertainment bought the boy group Infinite as soon as they started to become a threat to their boy group EXO.
So now that they saw that BTS was becoming big, now they started becoming interested in them, huh?
Bought them and decided to do nothing with them, which led to a drastic decrease of popularity for Infinite and a huge increase of popularity for EXO. Bang PD, who believed in BTS's success from the very beginning, got several calls from different companies telling him to just give up and hand BTS over to them, but he refused.
Up? If BTS was doing good, then why would he give up?
He refused to give up on the boys because he really believed they were something worthwhile and that they actually could become something big one day. And he was right. BTS's success has gotten to a point where trying to suppress it or deny it is literally impossible. The only next step is to try and claim it as your own. That's exactly what SM Entertainment has been trying to do for the past 4 years. At first they were trying to recreate BTS's success by making a new boy group, but now that they see it's impossible, they've decided
Yeah, trying to copy BTS, I don't think that's gonna work.
to claim it as theirs.
That is not correct.
The truth is that if SM Entertainment never existed, BTS would have become successful a lot earlier. Not only did BTS have to fight their way into the music industry as Koreans singing in a foreign language, but on top of that, they had to deal with a massive prejudice against them because of the image K-pop has. And that horrible image is all thanks to SM Entertainment. So it's really funny to me when they try to take credit for BTS's success when they are the sole reason for every single bad stereotype the West has about K-pop. The whole manufactured puppets, slave contracts, forced plastic surgery, dating bans, extreme diets and more dates.
That is true. That is the idea that the Western people have of K-pop. I ain't even gonna lie about it.
Without K-pop attached to BTS's name, they would have had it so much easier. SM Entertainment has been their biggest roadblock. The K-pop industry had no part in BTS's success, considering how they were the ones trying so hard to shut them out.
Yeah, they had to do all of this on their own.
Mistreated by the K-pop industry. They are
Can't even imagine what BTS would be like if they weren't being mistreated or if they were a part of one of the big companies.
Being mistreated by the whole music industry. Even BTS themselves know this.
Since we're like aliens to the music industry for America, so we don't know if there's a place for us or not.
The boys know they are being alienated in the Western music industry. Namjoon was being straightforward with the system. He has realized that the system won't change despite how much they deserve it. I'm honestly proud they're starting to stand up for themselves. They stood up for themselves back then, but only by working hard and ignoring those who disrespected them. But
it's a beautiful story.
Where they can speak loudly about this.
And no one can stop them.
They are facing despite their talent and achievements, and they are not afraid to talk about it anymore. BTS are fed up and we love to see it. This whole video proves how it's really just ARMYs and BTS against everyone else. From the beginning till now, it's always been that way. BTS has the Western media, Korean media, K-pop stans and Western stans against them, all never showing BTS the respect and acknowledgement that they deserve and sabotaging them to surround their name with negativity. The whole industry neglected and refused to acknowledge BTS as artists. That is why they made their own way and paved it smooth and shiny.
It's had a beautiful ending after all. Yeah, seeing the way that they treated them does make me mad. It's bullshit that they had to go through all of that just because they weren't a part of one of the big three companies in Korea, and they treated them very unfairly, even on TV shows, at award shows, and everywhere they could humiliate them, they would. But I guess they are a great example of you should never give up, because they didn't, and look at them now. They have millions and millions of fans, and they're so big right now that no one can stop them, and it doesn't even matter. The Western media, they seem to treat BTS better now, but yeah, it's only because they're very famous, but still better than treating them badly. And even in some Mexican news TV show, I see them occasionally talk about BTS and only saying good things about them. Those Korean companies, on the other hand, they seem to feel a bit jealous and petty if they're trying to buy BTS. I mean, after the way they were treated, I'm sure that would never happen. And besides, it's thanks to Big Hit that BTS actually ended up being so amazing. If they were a part of one of the other companies, who knows how they would be treated. Yeah, they may have gotten more TV time. They may have been on a lot of Korean TV shows. They would have gotten a lot of exposure. But would the members have been happy? That's the important thing. Because right now with Big Hit, they are popular, they got money, they got a lot of fans, everyone is happy, and everyone loves each other. So, in the end, this does have a happy ending. Anyways, that was the video. I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.